again, we'd like to welcome all of the Wise Kids students in all levels. Again, we welcome you to our Wise Kids chapel. And today, we will talk about a wonderful topic that will help us in succeeding in our lives, and that is the word consistency. Again, consistency. Let me start by saying a quote from Dwayne Johnson. Siya yung madalas na malaking muscle na mama who stars in many films and marami siyang mga nagawa ng movies. He said, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness. Marami ang gusto sa atin bilang sumikat is bilang maling. But we are not that consistent in going for our goals. That is why consistency, as our topic today would say, is very important. Now let's define what consistency is. It is thinking, speaking, feeling, and acting in the same way. Thinking, let's say, positive thoughts, thoughts that will help others. Speaking positive words that will also help maybe your friends who needs your counsel or your help. Feeling good feelings that will give you a good vibe kung tawagin ng iba. And then acting, meaning you keep on doing it up until you have a good result. And this is a fact in life. If you want to change your life, start by changing your behavior and make the new behavior something you follow through on consistently. Now, before we continue, I would like you to watch this video. And this is all about the choices that we make, whether good or bad. Let's watch this. So, what will you choose? I hope that you will choose the good up against the bad. And sometimes we are put in that dilemma of choice whether we don't know what to really choose. And remember, every choice we make in life, whether good or bad, forms and shapes our present and even our future. Ganyan talaga tayo. Kapag tayo ay umaabot sa punto ng buhay natin, that we really need to think about it and we really need to put many things into consideration. So, bago po tayo magtuloy, let's talk about the tips on being consistent. Number one tip, set your goal. Ano gagawin natin? The goals that we set for today will make a better and a brighter tomorrow. So you can have your list, you can put it on your phone, wherever, even your tablet, as long as you have goals. For me, every day I have three important goals that I need to work on. Maybe it's about my family, it's about my work, whatever it is. You should have a goal in your daily life. What is your goal? Maybe one of the best goals that you can have is for you to give glory to God every day. Next is you need to prioritize. Study ba o pasyal? What do you need to do? Because if you do not study now, you will pay later. And that is sometimes happens in our lives that we don't really prioritize. We need to do that. Study should be number two. Siyempre, number one will be our family. Maybe number three will be our friends. As long as you have the priority, well, that will give you a sense of success. Next, you need to record progress. Halimbawa, if you're losing weight, you try to record your weight every, let's say, every week, once a week. Record mo yung pagbaba o pagtaas ng iyong weight. Or maybe you are trying to drink water within the day, 8 glasses of water. So you try to record. Minsan you fall not into your goals, but you need to work on it. Record your progress. Next, limit those distractions. There are many things that will really block you to do the best, but you need to work on it and you need to keep on doing it properly. And don't forget, siyempre kasama sa distractions yung social media, no? Bawasan natin yan. Yung gaming, we can control it. And tip number 5 is this, be patient and persistent. That every day is a great day. Sometimes it's just a normal day. But if you keep on being persistent, that will be something of good. I remember when I was trying my best in learning table tennis, when I was in high school, my coach would say, okay, you try your right hand muna. Then later you go your your left part, no? Forehand and backhand. So I remember 20 minutes puro forehand lang ako. And another 20 minutes backhand. And being patient and persistent really makes you a better person, maybe a better athlete, a better student, whatever. Now, here's a quote from one of my favorite authors, John Maxwell. He said, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Kaya I like what food product said before. Slowly but surely. Diba? Ito yung tagline na yun, no? Na dapat we should really sometimes look at things slow but end great. Now, before anything, I would like you to watch this video and hopefully we can learn to really follow with our dreams. And that is the question for us today. Are you following your dreams? Sometimes we are so intimidated to follow our dreams, but we need to. Let me come back to that quote again from John Maxwell. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Kaya nga, slow but sure will lead you to success. And what did that video teach us? keep on consistently pursuing your dreams. I like what the Bible said in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 to 24. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. Now, one of the things that the Bible shows to us are stories of life. Let me share to you a story today of a Bible character that has beaten all odds and has been consistent in his life.
A long time ago, there lived a man named Daniel. He was a good man and loved God with all of his heart. Daniel lived a normal, peaceful life in the land of Israel, until one day, Israel was attacked by an invading army. The invaders captured Daniel and many other people, and they were taken to a faraway place called Babylon. Babylon was very different from Israel. Most people there didn't follow God like he did, but Daniel continued to trust God. He knew that God was always with him. Because Daniel was faithful, God blessed whatever he put his hand to, and people started to notice that there was something special about Daniel. Eventually, even the king of Babylon saw that Daniel was well-liked and that he was a hard worker. He took a liking to Daniel, and he even gave him a job in the palace.
Daniel, my boy, how would you like to work in the king's service?
Daniel continued to be obedient to God, and God continued to bless him. Pretty soon, the king wanted to make Daniel his right-hand man. He would be the second most powerful man in the entire country. But not everyone liked Daniel. In fact, some people hated him. A few of the nobles in the palace were very jealous of Daniel's success, and they started plotting to get rid of him.
Who does this Daniel think he is?
We'll show him who's really in charge here.
This group of wicked men started to spy on Daniel, trying to catch him doing something wrong so they could get him kicked out of the palace. For weeks, they watched his every move, but Daniel never made a mistake. He worked hard every day. He was kind and respectful to the people around him. They couldn't find a single thing wrong with him. And this made them hate Daniel even more.
That blasted Daniel is perfect. We'll never get him. Maybe there's another way.
Just then, an evil scheme popped in their heads. While they were spying on Daniel, they noticed that 3 times a day, he would stop whatever he was doing to spend a few minutes praying and worshiping God. They came up with a plan to trick the king into getting rid of Daniel.
Daniel prays to his God every day. Maybe we could use that against him.
Yes, finally we'll be rid of him once and for all.
The wicked nobles approached the king with an idea for a new law, one that would make the king feel very powerful.
Oh, great and mighty king. Sign a decree that the people can only pray to you for the next 30 days. And anyone who prays to any god other than you shall be thrown into a den of lions.
The king really liked this idea, but he didn't realize the effect it would have on Daniel. He signed the decree, and it became the law of the land.
Hear ye, people of Babylon! The king has set forth a new order.
The wicked nobles waited to see if Daniel would follow the king's new law. And just as they expected, Daniel chose to obey God instead. He continued to spend time with God every day, praying and worshiping him. The nobles immediately ran to the king and told him what they had seen.
Oh, great king, we bring terrible news. Daniel has betrayed you and broken your law. By your own decree, he must be punished.
All of a sudden, the king realized that he had been tricked by the nobles, but there was nothing he could do. With great sadness, he ordered that Daniel be taken away and punished according to the law. The king's guards captured Daniel and dragged him out of the city to a pit filled with ferocious lions. The nobles watched with a wicked smile as the guards grabbed Daniel and threw him down into the pit. The opening to the cave was shut, and Daniel disappeared into the darkness. Daniel was surrounded by hungry lions in a pitch-black cave, but he still knew that God was with him. And you'll never guess what happened. Nothing. The lions didn't attack. God sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions, and they didn't touch Daniel, not even a scratch. The next morning, the king ran to the lion's den, and he couldn't believe his eyes. Daniel came out of the pit completely unharmed, and the king was overjoyed.
Daniel, you're alive! Your God has saved you!
But his joy quickly changed to anger as he turned to the men who had plotted against Daniel.
You wicked tricksters will pay for what you've done.
The king ordered the guards to grab those men and throw them into the lion's den. Every one of them was devoured before they even hit the ground. Daniel knew that no matter what, God was always with him. He trusted God, and because of that, God saved Daniel from the lion's den. The end.
God saved Daniel from the lions. Why? Because he was very, very consistent in his life. And this is our lesson point for today in that video. Be consistent in doing it. And God is there, ready to reward you with the goodness that you have shared to everyone, especially to those He is leading you to do good. So for our memory verse for today, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 15. Be consistent, immovable, always doing more work for the Lord, knowing that it will be rewarded. Knowing that it will be rewarded. So keep on doing good, keep on being consistent, for God is there to guide you always. And for all wise kids, keep on doing that great thing that God is leading you. Let me end by a quote again by Dwayne Johnson. Success isn't always about greatness, it's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success and greatness. Be consistent in everything that you do. Again, till we see each other on the next chapel time.